Hi Tarot Rebels, my name is Michaela from Tarot Rebel and I want to welcome you to today's pick a card reading. I'm super happy to see you all joining us. I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what you can expect in the month to come. What's coming your way, what's preventing you from manifesting and fulfilling your dreams, and what do you need to hear to make things better for yourself in your life, and how you can, as I said, how you can improve things. I'm gonna try and switch up the reading a bit because I feel drawn to look at the archetypes rather than just the regular oracle and tarot decks. So I'm gonna start with the archetype cards, and you can stay with me while I shuffle the cards until I feel drawn to stop, or you can skip to the part where I have the cards already laid out. So, okay, group one, I think this is for you. You have Visionary. As I started shuffling the cards, this was one of the cards that showed up the most. Let's see for group two. What do we have here? Okay, you have Storyteller. And what else? Okay, so group three, we have Destroyer. Please meditate and see whichever card you feel drawn to the most. As I said, the Visionary with the light attributes: capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain, and the shadow attributes of selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. The Storyteller with the light attribute of ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols, and shadow attribute with the making up tales that harm others. And last card is Destroyer with the light attributes: releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life, and the shadow attributes with intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So if you want, you can pause the video, you can to see which group calls to you the most. If not, you can just go into the comment section or in the description box where I will have the timestamps that you can click on, and you can check your reading there. Please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. It is not meant to predict anything. It is more of a confirmation of validation, if you like. And if you're in dire need, if you're in distress and you need legal, financial, medical help, tarot and readings over the internet cannot supply that for you. Okay. Hello group one, welcome to your reading and thank you so much for joining me today. Let's see what messages you have from your guides, angels, the universe in the month to come. And please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. This is a journal reading, a collective one. It might not fully resonate with all of you, so if it doesn't, just like leave the rest behind, because you're always in charge of your own fate and your own destiny. The cards will not decide that for you. That being said, if you chose the Visionary card, this message is for you. I feel like you, group one, are the type of person who is in their head a lot. You strategize and you develop new ideas. You're the kind of person that people come to kick off new endeavors, new passions, new ideas. Actually, you're the I don't know how to say this in English, but it's like you're this unreserved well of knowledge and passion and creativity, and I think people in your life are very much aware of that. They're using you to that extent, but they're also very grateful to have you in their lives to support that that creativity, that need for excitement, that need for new developments, right? Let's get some oracle cards for you. I will be using a different approach for this reading, because I kind of feel like the way I've been doing readings lately is not necessarily the optimal way of doing it. So maybe you, group 1, you're the kind of person I need in my life, someone with a vision, someone with the capacity to spark that knowledge, spark that conversation, to develop things further. Yeah, let's see, what else do we have for you? We have the Fates, and we have the Higher Power. I kind of get the impression, I'm drawn to pick another card for you, group 1. I'm gonna put it here. Hope you can see it. And you have the Treasure Island. You're the kind of person that people are drawn to, and look at the bottom of the deck, you have Imagine. If that's not envisioning, and if that's not vision to be seen in your life, I don't know what is. People are drawn to you in such a way. You have number 4, number 17, number 9. I like this. 4 is a very stable number, but number 9 is a very close to completion number. Then you have 17, which reduces to 8. Again, it's the double of 4. It's a number that signifies stability, but also fast movement in a way. It's a number that speaks about development, rapid development, right? People in your life, I want to say, it's the third time when I'm trying to say that, and it doesn't get out. I want to say people in your life treasure you. You're like this miraculous being that holds everything that's dear to them inside of you. You're probably one of the altruistic persons that I don't know, maybe you set up a charity, a non-profit organization to support your local community, and people feel inspired by you, and people are drawn to that capacity of you managing to develop things that out of thin air, basically like a magician, right? It feels like you have the higher power, the capacity to feel, to make people feel like they're predestined to do something, especially with the fates and the higher power. There's a certain element to your person, group 1, that makes me think you're highly regarded by the people around you in a way that's not necessarily how should I put it? In a way that's not explicable to them. It feels like you have a certain magnetism. Maybe you're the kind of person who influences people without any, and I'm not saying like influencers on social media, but without personal gain, just exactly like this card says. However, you have to be aware of the fact that you might fall into the shadow aspect of the visionary, right? Because the shadow attributes talk about selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. I feel like you're regarded by your peers, by your friends, your family, your inner circle as someone with standards, as someone whose views are so idealistic and so uncompromising that there's no way in hell you would accept something less than what's your standard. You have a path that you set out for yourself, and you have thought of ways of achieving that, and you're happy to do whatever it takes to get there. Let's see what else we have for you. Ooh, you might have indecision. I just split the cards, so I sometimes notice the cards at the bottom of the deck, just because it's sometimes they show up in a reading and it's relevant. Maybe your guides want me to tell you that your indecision with regards to one specific situation you're in at the moment shouldn't mean that you need to compromise on something in your life that you're trying to respect and uphold. Let's see. I have the Goddess of the Moon. The Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. That was the second card I saw. Funny. And the Rest and Rejuvenation. Okay. I find it interesting looking at the cards. They all talk about healing. They all talk about taking a break. They all talk about taking the time to nap. So one side of you is very focused on this creative energy of this burst of strategy that you go through, and the way you inspire people and the way you influence them to pick your side. And it feels like it feeds you, this energy feeds you, group one. However, on the other side, it feels like this is the shadow attributes for you, and they all talk about taking a break. They all talk about focusing on yourself. While this side talks about focusing on others, nurturing them, feeding their needs. This side talks about feeding yours. So maybe this is a reminder for you to not lose sight of what makes you great, because yes, you are a visionary, group one, but at the same time you need to nurture yourself. You need to make sure you don't burn out, and you need to make sure that whatever situation you're in isn't causing chaos or destruction in your life, right? So yeah, you have basically what it is, 2 sevens here with the Door to Personal Happiness. 3 plus 4 is 7. 5 plus 2 of the Goddess of the Moon is 7 again. So sevens are a number that 7 is a number that speaks about resilience. So this is your reminder that yes, you are powerful, you are strong enough, you are resilient enough to deal with all of this charges of energy, charges of creativity, sparks of imagination. But you need to make sure that you're putting yourself first. And Rest and Rejuvenation, 1 plus 9 equals 10 equals 1 in numerology. So I think this is another reminder that you need to focus on yourself rather than on others, because I kind of get the impression that as much as you want to be this visionary and you thrive in this energy, you also tend to forget yourself, or the way you use this energy is not necessarily beneficial for you. Okay, let's get some tarot decks for you, group 1. The Knight of Wands. Wow. The Tower. And the 5 of Swords. So, the Knight of Wands is actually a card that talks about being in that creative flow. It is a card that is the promoter of inspiration, of creativity, of impulsivity, of bravery, if you like, excitement and whatnot. Like it's the keeper of the flame, if you like, if the person that carries the flame towards the final goal, towards completion. I kind of see this Knight of Wands as a person who carries the flame to the Olympic Games, right? Similar to that. So you're this person that keeps the flame alive. But this is a reminder with the Tower: if you don't take care of yourself, you're just gonna come crumbling down. So as if you acknowledge the need for rest and the need for healing, you won't have to crumble. But if you ignore those messages, if you ignore those cues that you need to take a break, the universe will just give you a slap in the face, and it's gonna make everything crumble for you, like it or not. So this is where you're heading at the moment. With the Five of Swords, it's kind of funny because the Five of Swords is a card of defeat, is a card of I don't know, maybe harnessing the wrong impression, maybe feeding the wrong idea. And it's funny because the Rest and Rejuvenation card always takes me back to the Four of Swords, which is a card of sanctuary and healing and rest, so on and so forth. But the Five of Swords, which is the next card in tarot, talks about defeat, talks about being in disagreement with yourself, being being on such a ego trip that you forget all about yourself. So again, this is a reminder. You need to keep focus on yourself, because it kind of feels like you're just like power tripping on this visionary energy, which is fine and dandy as long as you don't burn out. But it looks like you're on the verge to burn out, and you're not even acknowledging it. And all the cards are telling me that you need to take a break, you need to step back a bit, to allow yourself to heal, to allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to recharge. And then if you want, you can continue on this very this burst of creativity, if you like. Let's see, what else can the tarot tell me for you, group one? You have the universe. Oops. Why am I... You have discontent and boredom. And you have prosperity begins. It's funny. The way I see it is with the universe card. It's just allow this cycle to end. Allow this energy, this creative juice to stop flowing. Allow yourself to get bored a bit. Allow yourself to be apathetic and like jaded about life. Don't be riding. Don't be chasing the high. Allow yourself to live in the now. Allow yourself to live in the mundane, because you're gonna exhaust all those creative juices and you will be left with nothing. But if you allow yourself to come down a bit, to do something else, something more ordinary, if you like, then the creative juices will flow again, and they will allow you to experience that high again, the high that you're looking for. It's just, you're not giving yourself a break. You're not cutting yourself some slack, and it feels like you should, and you know it deep down inside. I think you know it, but at the same time you feel like you'll just disappoint people. You'll disappoint yourself. You'll disappoint others, and it's you don't want to go through that. So it's I see your conundrum, to be honest. So it feels like the next month is going to focus on that for you, is going to focus on fine-tuning this balance between who you are and what you associate yourself with and how others perceive you, versus what you actually need. Because right now you're not in I need to take a break, you're in I want to do this. It's a want, it's not a need, and you're focusing too much on the want and not enough on the need. Sometimes wants make us blind to things we might need, things we need to accept in our lives. So this is just a reminder. I'm just saying how things appear in the cards. You can choose whatever path works for you. If you want to continue on this path, sure, fine, whatever. And I just realized I have the impression that some of you might be working in the charity sector, so that's a very taxing job. That's a very overwhelming responsibility that you have to take care of people that don't have the means to do that themselves. So if you're in that position and you recognize yourself in this conversation, please ask for help. It might be what you need, right? I'm going to get one last card for you as a piece of advice from the angels. And I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, you have Omega, and it's another card about ending something. And let's see what it says. Omega, victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So it's an ending that will be very successful for you, like it or not. The reality is that you need to assess what your current situation is, what you want to achieve. Ultimately, it's going to be positive for you regardless, but at what cost, right? If the cost is your mental health or your physical health or your resources of any kind, is it really worth it? You can never pour out of a empty cup, right? So it feels like you're heading that way. This is just a reminder. Obviously, you can do with this advice whatever you like. No one's gonna force you to stop. No one's gonna force you to continue. It's obviously up to you what you decide to do. But yeah, group one, this is your reading. I hope you will take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. If it doesn't fully resonate with you, then please ignore the message. It means it's not meant for you, or it's not meant for you at this time. If it doesn't resonate with you, but you still want to pursue a reading, you can either click on the video at a different group, check the different timestamps, click on another video of mine, click on anyone else's YouTube video. Here you can book readings with me or other readers, up to you. But please remember that your messages are your messages, your decisions are also yours, and you have full control over your life. Thank you so much for stopping by. I would love to see you in another video. But if this message resonated for you, leave a like, share, comment, you know the drill. Thank you so much for your energy, and I do hope to see you in another video. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what messages we have for you from your guides, your ancestors, the universe, the angels, whatever you believe in. They're all here for you to support you. Please remember that messages are only for some of you, not for all of you. And if they don't fully resonate, don't try to force the message. And do remember that you have full control over your life. This is a reading for entertainment purposes only. And if it doesn't fully resonate, don't try to force it, basically. If you need financial, legal, or medical advice, please consult a specialist. I am not qualified to offer advice in that area. So, group 2, if you chose the card of Storyteller, you, the light attribute, you have the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. The shadow attribute is making up tales that harm others. So, I feel like you're that local, I don't want to say wannabe comedian, but maybe you're the type of person that makes people happy with their jokes, with their ability to tell stories, with their ability to be creative, with their ability to create new worlds out of thin air and embellish stories in a way that's not offensive or rude or hurtful to anyone, but they're more like, I don't know, like a nice stand-up comedy night between friends. I get really lightweight energy from you, group 2. It's just I think you're, in a way, you're very, very, you're keeping people at arm's length with this ability. You might embellish things in a way that makes you look good, or in a way that makes you at least not look like the bad guy, which is perfectly fine. We're all trying to be the best versions of ourselves on Instagram. We use filters, we use Facetune app. I don't know. I don't really use Instagram personally, so I can't tell you what the kids these days are using. But I get this this very distant energy from you, group 2. As I said, like you're trying to keep people at arm's length to avoid being too personal. So let's see what's that all about. You have loyal heart and no place like home and serendipity. It's interesting. Lots of purple and some green in these cards. You have green on this card, so green is the color of the heart chakra, right? But it feels like you're trying to feel like you have an open heart, but your heart is, I don't feel like it's open. I feel like you're protecting yourself from something, with the purple here being the color of the crown chakra, which is being connected with the divine, right? I think you're in this energy where you don't feel connected to people anymore. You'd like to feel like you're lighthearted and open-hearted, but deep down inside you know you're not, and I think people know you're not that either. So it's a weird mix. And with the green here in the serendipity card, I feel like you're expecting something, like a serendipitous moment to help you get out of that funk. I don't know why I said that, but bear with me. It's a very interesting energy. You have a very loyal heart, and now I see that you have the loyal heart present in this card, which is mostly about purple, but then you have two green cards here with the serendipity and the storyteller. So again, I want to say you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your heart by displaying this very overly confident, open persona to others, but you're not that. I feel like you're waiting for the right moment to actually become open-hearted, to allow people in your life, but until then you're just this goofy, lovable person that talks about nonsense all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. We need to protect ourselves, right? But at the same time, I get the impression you're scared that people will not see you for who you are, because you're protecting yourself so much, and you're surrounding yourself with like this card, no place like home. It's this house is very solitary, like it's on this staff here, right? It's like no one can reach it. The door is open, but no one can reach it. It's the same with your heart. You want to seem like you're very open, but you're not allowing people in. And interesting. Let's see what other energies you have, group 2. I don't know why I put this card here, because I usually put the card here, but let's see what else we have for you. But you have the third eye chakra, the card of envy, and the cornucopia. Interesting. Interesting. Envy is sometimes most of the times, it's associated with the color green, which you have plenty of. The cornucopia is yellows and goldens and greens here, and talks about abundance and luck and good fortune. Again, with the serendipity card, it kind of feels like they're mirroring each other, but I get the impression you're aware of some very negative energies in your environment, and this is why you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to protect your peace, you're trying to protect your abundance, you're trying to protect whatever good is happening into your life, because you're very much aware of the fact that some people are not necessarily good for you, and they're not necessarily looking out for you. And because you're so aware of that, you're acting accordingly, because you don't want to be hurt. Interesting cards. Like I keep looking at them, and I feel drawn to this envy card, and I get it why you portray this confident, funny persona, and I'm sure you are, and I'm not saying you're not, but I think whatever you're displaying for others to see is not necessarily how you feel like, and you're definitely not allowing people to come in and see the true you. Okay, let's go to tarot. Bottom of the deck you have the Devil. I know people are scared about the Devil, as if... Okay, first card flipped over is the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take both of them. The Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, and the World. I love the Wheel of Fortune and the World. Whenever they show up together, I'm happy. It's funny because group 1 also had the Fates, which are associated with fortune, and this is the 3 Fates spinning the thread of fate, and the Wheel of Fortune is being represented by them in this deck. Then you have the World, which group 1 also had, talking about an ending, but it's going to be such a rapid shift in your energies. It kind of feels like this serendipitous energy situation that you're expecting is going to come to life just exactly the way you intended, and it's gonna come to life so fast that you're gonna skip some stages from the time when the wheels turn until the moment of completion. It's gonna be like a split second, and you'll be done with whatever energy you're in at the moment. It kind of feels like it's about to end for some reason. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. I think you're manifesting it, but you're not necessarily aware of it. And you're working... I don't think you're aware of the fact that you're working towards it, but you are. And you're gonna experience some level of transitioning from this energy of non-committal friendship and non-committally allowing people to be in your space, into a different energy of making room for them in your life. Let's see what else is there. Group 2. Okay, you showed up. The sacral chakra. It's all about identity and about stability and confidence in yourself. Fertility and cornucopia, very, very similar energies. And I like it that you have 2, 3. I wonder if you have a 4 as well. No, you have the 7, the crown chakra again. Yeah. I think you're going through major shifts and transformation in your life. A lot of them have to do with your identity, with your own energy, how you portray yourself to you, and how you let others identify you as. I kind of get the impression that you're not even aware of the fact that you're working on building this this story. Basically, with the Storyteller card, you're working on building this new persona, new energy, new path in your life. And I don't think you're aware of it, but you're doing it regardless. And I think you're divinely guided with the sacral chakra, the crown chakra, the angel Metatron here. You're very focused on your growth in a way that's so subtle. It's not necessarily obvious to people or to you, but you're working towards that. And it's just like there is so much growth happening, bubbling underneath the surface. And you seem like this lightweight, light-hearted person, outgoing, happy all the time, making friends easily with others. But I don't think you understand how much deep your waters run, group 2, because you're in for a massive transformation that will happen so sudden you won't even believe it. Let's try your angels, see what they have to say. Daniel, I'm the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. I kind of get the impression that it's not necessarily marriage, it's more about finding a path and building a path for yourself. Obviously, for some of you, it might mean actual marriage because you have the fertility card, and some of you might try to get married or start a family, or finding that personal growth for yourself. But I get the impression that more than anything, it's about carving that path for yourself, deciding for yourself how your life will be like, what you want to invest in, if it's a relationship, a friendship, a family member, a job, education. It's all up to you, right? It's not someone else's decision, but you are being divinely guided, and you're growing into this amazing person that will achieve whatever you want to achieve. You have so many lucky messages here, so many signs that the fates are in your favor, and I'm happy to report that, group 2. That's it for me. I hope you enjoy this reading. I hope it brought some sense of, I don't know, any kind of sense into your life. Hope it resonated, and I hope it helped. I'm Michaela from Tarot Rebel. I'm happy to see you joining us. If you would leave a like, share, subscribe to my channel, that would be fab. If not, that's also great. Please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only, and if it doesn't fully resonate with you, just leave the message behind, because you don't need to force the message. Maybe this is not the right time to watch this reading, so come back at a later time. Choose another pile, choose another video of mine, or another video of another tarot YouTuber, or pick someone to read your cards personally. That's also a good thing. Thank you so much for joining. I do hope to see you in another video, and blessings to you all. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. My name is Michaela from Tarot Rebel, and I'm happy to see you joining us. Thank you. And let's see what messages you have in the month to come from your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, the universe, whatever you believe in, they're here to help you. Please remember that this is a general reading. It might not fully resonate for you, and if it doesn't, just don't try to force the message. There's no point in doing that. If you want a personal reading, there are lots of options for you, but if you're happy with this video, then go ahead and watch it. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not qualified to offer any financial, legal, or medical advice. If you need a piece of advice in any of those areas, please consult someone who's a specialist and who deals with those issues. That being said, the theme of your month is the Destroyer. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. But as the shadow attributes of this card, you have intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So I kind of get the impression that either you're on a very self-destructive pathway, cutting people out of your life, maybe people you don't need to do that to, but I don't know why I went straight to the shadow attributes. Because you might just be cleaning, Marie Kondoing your life, right? And cutting out people that no longer they're no longer on the same wavelength. They don't hold the same principles as you do, and generally they're not really nice people to be around. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? I'm not disputing that. I'm not in your life, so I couldn't know what's actually happening there. But I get the impression that you're very harsh right now with you, with others, kind of doom and gloom. Obviously, looking at this card kind of reminds me of the Tower card in tarot, which is a very destructive energy that can be prevented if you listen to the messages before the Tower. But sometimes we just tend to ignore things, and then we end up in a Tower moment, and we're thinking, oh my god, when did this happen? Well, actually, if you remember, it happened a long time ago. Anyway, that's beside the point. I just get the impression that right now you're in a very spring cleaning type of energy, which is not necessarily bad, not necessarily evil. It's just who you are, where you are in life at the moment. Let's try and see what the oracle cards have to say. I get the impression that you're a very private person in a very strange way, like you don't want to talk to me. I got this card that shuffled out, but I'm not even looking at it because I feel like you don't want me to do it. So I'm just not doing it until you're ready. Okay, this one flipped, so I'm gonna keep it. It's 5, orphaned. No place like home. deep knowing. Okay. You have basically 2 5s and a 7. This No Place Like Home card has very similar colors to the Destroyer card. The Orphaned card is a very... Maybe this is why you're pushing people away. You feel abandoned. You feel like you're in a place of solitude, of isolation, of being constantly disappointed by people. That's probably a thing. It's all of the cards have such a solitary energy to them. Like this bird here is alone. This house here is alone. This bird is alone again. None of them as violent as the Destroyer card, obviously, in their energy, but I think things have been bubbling up for you for quite a while now, and you're now just erupting, because it's easy to feel the void like that rather than just be vulnerable. I don't know where I got this from, but it is what it is. With the Deep Knowing card, I think you're struggling to connect with your inner self, your inner voice, your inner child, if you want, to nurture that, and to bring some stability and some understanding into your life. And I feel like you're either very far away from your family, or you're not in contact with them. Either way, you're just feeling very isolated, and it's doing a number on you, and you're struggling with your sense of identity, or your sense of belonging, I guess. It's a very heavy energy you're carrying with you, group 3. Very, very heavy. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, you have 2 5s. Five is a card of growth, of conflict, and growth despite the conflict. But then you have the Deep Knowing card, which is a 43, which reduces to 7, and 7 is a card of resilience. I think it's becoming increasingly difficult for you to keep trying to make a sense of your life without being vulnerable. It's very hard for you to do that. And with the Orphan card and No Place Like Home, I think you're getting to that place in your life where you need to acknowledge that you need stability, and you need love, and you need comfort. Wow. As I said, I feel like you're very far away from your family, group 3. Obviously you are heartbroken in a way. It's so funny how these cards kind of mirror each other. You have Orphaned and Deceit. You feel like abandoned, probably because of a deception in your life, probably because someone betrayed your trust in a way, right? And then you have No Place Like Home and walking away. Maybe you had to put some distance between you and that person, or the persons who acted against you. And then you have Deep Knowing and Patience. You cannot get, and they both reduce to 7, which is fantastic. You have 5, 25, 50, 27. Wow. And both cards have similar colors and spherical objects, circles, the watch, the moon and the planets. You're feeling so disappointed by people in your life. You feel like you need to get ready, you need to get your act together and get ready to move on. But it's proving very difficult to walk away. It's proving very difficult to see this person that once was probably someone you trusted, someone you loved, behaving in this way, and you feel like you need to put some distance between you two. Right now you're just getting ready to cut all the ties and explode and remove this negativity, and making room for from healing. You know that it will take some time, you know you'll need patience to get over this. It's just right now you're so in the midst of things. I feel for you, group 3. You're carrying such a heavy burden with you. I don't know who this person is to you, but they really did a number. Let's see. Okay. Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. On the Orphan card, I always say that the Queen of Pentacles is like the mother of the court cards. Maybe it's just a mother figure. And the Queen of Wands, someone who's very stubborn and loud and boisterous. And the Magician. Oh my god, these two cards look so very similar to me, like similar type of energy. Someone who created their reality out of thin air. Someone who created whatever they wanted to grow. Yeah. I get the impression that it's someone from your family, with the home and the orphaned and the Queen of Pentacles and the walking away, the Queen of Wands. Maybe you're cutting ties with someone in your family, potentially a mother figure or a grandmother, an aunt, or even someone younger than that, but it kind of feels like it's someone with someone that's a bit older than you, and you need to learn how to heal yourself. You need to learn how to create boundaries with this person, but that will take some time, so you need to practice patience and commitment to those boundaries, because otherwise healing is not possible for you. I kind of get the impression that this person betrayed you in a way that's I get the impression that for some of you, obviously it's not going to be valid for everyone, this betrayal was a financial betrayal. So if it was something to do with books or accounts, this person betrayed your expectations in a massive way, in a very intrusive way. So yeah, let's see what else is there. I get so sad looking at your cards. Okay, you wanted to flip. Let's flip you. Material harvest. The Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Abundance, right? So it's only natural to have the material harvest in your reading as well. She's sometimes selfishly taking care of herself. You have the Magician twice here, with awareness and the Magician. What else? And the emotional loss. Okay. You are aware of how this person's actions impacted you. You're trying your best with whatever life has handed you at the moment. The situation isn't ideal, but you're ready to face it. Sorry, group 3, I had to change my batteries because they ran out as usual. Sorry for the long rant. Yeah, so as I was saying, you're kind of aware of the trick that this person played on you and their impact, long-lasting impact over your life. And I think you're focusing on something else right now to avoid having to deal with that, with the aftermath of dissolving that relationship. However, I feel like deep down inside you're committed to healing yourself, to allowing time to grieve, time to heal, time to get over this situation, which is commendable on your part. I will get you one last piece of advice from the messages from the angels oracle, and then I will wrap this reading for you, group 3. Okay, you have Yvonne. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're considering getting a pet, getting a dog, a cat, a bird, even, up to you. Maybe now is the time to use that for your healing rather than just as a regular pet. And yeah, that's all I have for you, I guess. It's been, I won't say a pleasure, it's been an honor to read for you, group 3. I feel like you need this message in your life. I hope it does resonate with you. I hope it helps, and if it does, I would love to know that, or keep that in your soul. It's up to you how you manage this situation in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. It was an honor. I nearly said a pleasure. It was an honor to read for you. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated with you. And I'm sending you lots of blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I do hope to see you in another one. Bye.